The success we've had these past 5 years, it's hard to even describe. You would tell people, oh yeah, we've won 8 championships in the last 5 years, and you're like, well, how's that even possible? In 2015, the first championship we won with Jeremy Martin, then the following year with Cooper Webb to win Supercross and motocross was even like, wow, not many times you get to do that.
And then 18, we returned with Aaron Plessinger winning the West Coast Supercross title and the outdoor title, and then Dylan won the West Coast title this year in Supercross.
When we first were brought the idea of the auto clutch, man, auto clutch, that's for going riding through the trees and woods, like it's not gonna work in our realm of racing. Then we went to Redbud and Dylan Ferrandis won one on the auto clutch. For us to be able to bring the auto clutch to motocross racing and go 1-1, you know, racing the world's best riders, and to show people that the auto clutch can go out and win a race like that, it was unbelievable. So ever since we've been with Rekluse, we've been lucky enough to develop clutches with them that will withstand and hold up to all these conditions we're throwing and all these different riders. You know, every rider is different. To be able to have the 2 clutch options is really cool. The normal style clutch and the auto clutch. We've won motos and pulled hole shots on both style clutch.
We tried the auto clutch during the Supercross season actually, because we had a couple of rounds in the mud. For the motocross season, I did my first race on a normal clutch, and it was muddy, and we decided to change it and use the auto clutch. And after that, I just use it all season long on dry, mud, anytime. And I mean, we won a couple of rounds, so that's really show that the auto clutch is just good everywhere.
We took it to the track. We soaked the Supercross track for everybody to go try it. It was strictly just for mud racing. Everybody tried it, loved it. Everybody said, hey, let's try it on a normal track. So we went and tried it on a normal track. Everybody said they loved it. There was no downsides to it. It still worked just like a normal clutch, and the benefits of not being able to stall your bike in their mind was huge.
I think because originally we took the clutch lever completely off, and they were blown away that they could run basically close to the same lap times.
I'm actually pretty hard on clutches, so getting ready for the season, we actually took my clutch lever completely off. I rode for a good month without even a clutch lever on my bike.
Originally, it was, like I said, maybe a training tool or something like that, but then they started to really like it, trust it, and liked it off the start.
The benefit to the auto clutch side is you don't have to use the clutch. The clutch is going to be doing the work by itself. You don't need to be on the lever using it as you would be on a manual side.
The lever still works like a normal clutch. It's really good when you get tired or when you have those mud races, you don't even have to touch the lever. You can kind of just charge without having to worry about stalling the bike or pulling the lever in.
I mean, when you ride with the auto clutch, you don't think about it. Like it's like a normal clutch, and you forget that you have an auto clutch, and that's really good.
And then when we tried the auto, I was blown away because if I didn't want to touch the clutch coming into a corner and I wanted to hit the brake, I could without even messing with it, or come to a complete stop. Like say someone crashed in front of you without even touching the clutch, you could slam on the brake, stop, and then go without having to think about possibly stalling it.
The benefits of it are huge, and there is no negatives to it. Out of our 5 riders, 4 of them run it.
The biggest thing was coming into a turn and realizing I didn't have to get on the clutch or maybe lose rear end traction because I got on the clutch too hard and the gas too hard. It was there, like it still had plenty of torque.
The biggest thing I noticed on the track is with the Radius CX that the hit out of the corners, it really smoothened it out and made it a lot more rideable.
You fall or whatever, or you stop. Hey, I'm not using my clutch, and the bike is not moving forward. So that's pretty cool. And when you have an auto clutch, that saves a lot of time. That saves also the clutch.
I think the big secret to our starts and the big help for us has been the Radius CX and the core manual torque drive. We've tested a bunch of starts back to back.
Actually, my starts have improved a lot this year. I feel like a lot of that's been technique, but a lot of that's also been the clutch that I'm running.
So the abuse our race bikes take over just a normal desert rider or woods rider or something like that is exceptionally different. And it's all out, everything they got, everything the motorcycle has, revved out all the way to the rev limiter. They're getting thrown, different dirt, different ruts, mud. So they're using their clutch a lot to maneuver through the track. And so for the clutch to hold up in all these different conditions is hard.
If you don't have a good clutch to follow up your package, it's just not going to work. You might get slipping. It's overlooked just because it doesn't seem like it goes hand in hand, but it for sure does.
You know, before we would be changing clutches every time Dylan or some other guys that are hard on the clutch hit the track. Now with the auto clutch, we can almost go an entire day on the same clutch pack, which is unheard of.
It's definitely reduced the wear for us, especially in 2 35-minute motos or if we're under mud conditions or something like that.
The Rekluse components when it comes to the hub and the pressure plate are incredible. I've had 100 hours on one set and I changed it just because it had 100 hours on it. There was no reason to change it.
The package that they're able to give to us allows us to have better torque. It's, like I said, a good clutch feel. All the way around, it ends up just being a package for us that straight away when the guys ride it or try it, it seems to just have the performance right off the bat.
We're fortunate enough now with this new auto clutch that the performance is great, the wear of it is great, the rider's feedback on it is great. It's a whole different ballgame on racing and just weekend riding, consumer to racers.